name is Jeff, and this is my Scottsdale. You know, when I got my job offer to come and move to Phoenix, I sat down with the family and with the kids and we talked it over. And our perception at first was that, hey, we're moving to the surface of the sun, that it was going to be really hot and miserable, that there's scorpions, cactus everywhere, not a lot of greenery. And we were actually shocked as we drove down at how beautiful the landscape was. We went through the Flagstaff area, Sedona, those areas, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And I thought, hey, I'm just back in Park City, and this is only a couple hours away. We love living in the Phoenix area. Where we moved from was a real outdoors area, and you know, most people consider Phoenix to be pretty much a desert, which is great in the winter time. But in the summer it can be pretty hot. Well, we found that just in an hour drive you can be up in the mountains. I was surprised to find out that the largest ponderosa pine forest in the world is an hour away from my house. We're about 20 minutes from water skiing on a lake, and there's just all kinds of trails and things to do. It's like with Phoenix, you have the amenities of the big city, but in your communities it feels like a bedroom, it feels like a neighborhood. And I really like that. We've lived all over the country, actually. And I feel like the city itself has more to offer than any of those areas that we lived in. Just there's so much to do.
As you all know, our existing firms create 80% of net new jobs, making these testimonials significant. So I'm going to leave the economy to our economist, but wanted to spend a few minutes on the strength of our primary industry sectors. Since 2013, Scottsdale has been outperforming the region, state, and country. All of our target sectors have been expanding, specifically tech, bio-life sciences, finance, and insurance, and 9 out of 10 of the companies that we have visited have been expanding and hiring. 2013 coincided with a wave of hiring in the tech space as local firms like Bolst, Digital Airstrike, GPS Insight, Early Warning Systems all underwent expansions, while firms from both coasts like Yelp, Weebly, and ZocDoc focused on downtown Scottsdale as their new growth location. After a 2015 slowdown, firms are resuming hiring and beginning to move not just sales, but software development positions to the city. Overall, the Scottsdale computer-related workforce has actually seen an increase of 30% since 2012, compared to 12 nationally and 18 regionally. In recent months, this has been further evidenced with new company celebrations. You may be familiar with Ingenue, ClearLink, and MindBuddy. While the tech sector was stabilizing, the Scottsdale financial services workforce increased 35% since 2012, compared to 19 nationally and 28 regionally, due to overall sector recovery and a desire of financial services firms to diversify westward. Existing companies like Vanguard, Nationwide, and Quicken Loans have accounted for a large percentage, actually, of the recent hiring in Scottsdale, and new locates like Hartford Insurance, LearnVest, APL Logistics, and Accolade are creating upward of 1,000 new jobs. Our educational partners are responding, with coursework and underwriting being added at both ASU and Maricopa Community Colleges. Scottsdale insurance-related occupations increased 46% from 2012, compared to under 11% nationally. And this was really apparent after Hurricane Sandy caused some disruption to many large firms on the East Coast. So with a large quality workforce and a lack of natural hazards, it's no wonder that Greater Phoenix and Scottsdale is a preferred destination. Finally, the bio-life sciences sector has remained stable. Scottsdale jobs increased 13.5% from 2012 to 16, compared to 11.7 in the region. So please stay tuned for increased efforts from our team to support the growth in this sector through new strategies like expanding on our brand as a destination medical community. It's an honor to work with all of these companies every day. And recently I presented an update to the City Council regarding the top accomplishments since the approval of the city's Economic Development Strategic Plan. So just a few. It's been a year of first-time services and programs, think tank discussions with key business sectors, a 5-week small business training series in partnership with the Chamber, and of course our Weebly website and night events. A talent attraction initiative designed to help Scottsdale firms find, recruit, and retain the talent they need has included exhibiting at trade shows like the South by Southwest Job Market, And more recently, we offered programming for the benefit of local business recruiters, where they heard from companies like LinkedIn and recruiting.com. In fact, I'm excited to share, we're one of the first users of a new artificial intelligence tool called Olivia that was developed by recruiting.com, which is transforming the process of engaging with new applicants by offering them to simply text to apply for a job. Works really well with millennials. And finally, this past year, we formally engaged with the Canada Arizona Business Council for its Stunning Wings and Wheels event, drawing more than 900 registrants. Since July of 2015, we've conducted more than 160 business visits, representing more than 4,500 new jobs. The team's been directly involved in the retention or attraction of more than 1,500 jobs, representing an economic impact of more than 10.7 million directly over 5 years. But we like to think that the work we do alongside our many partners, some of which I've mentioned, but not all, to promote our strong business climate is indirectly responsible for countless additional impacts. Speaking of promotion, we've seen a 500% or more increase in social media marketing and more than a 900% increase in LinkedIn reach. And we've taken steps to advance joint promotional opportunities with our municipal airport and our tourism partners. We've also worked to focus attention not just on large employers in target industries, but startups and small firms. More than $15,000 has been received from supporters Salt River Project and Arizona Public Service, thank you very much, for Eureka Loft physical enhancements and small business training programs. And the Scottsdale Chamber has relaunched its downtown committee to bring more information and advocacy to firms in the core of the city. I'd like to ask you all who have an interest in supporting the business climate in downtown to either consider joining a meeting or at least help promote it and spread the word. Our employment centers are top of mind when we work to attract and retain business, right? With great success as an employment center that's attracting creative talent, we've also experienced maybe some parking challenges in downtown. Laugh, okay. Anyway, following council's direction, I'm pleased that an interdepartmental city team implemented a number of creative solutions: enhanced enforcement, lowered hourly restrictions in some areas, and a downtown express morning trolley service, which has seen so much usage that on some days, 150 more cars that used to be on the streets are now in garages. So please stay tuned as we work to launch new tools this year that are going to help better track parking usage, enhance enforcement efficiencies, and also guide motorists to available parking. McDowell Corridor is seeing dramatic investment, and SkySong is, of course, ahead of schedule, boasting more than 70 companies and affiliates and more than 1,500 jobs on site. And the new co-working space, 1951 at SkySong, is offering new services to startups in a collaborative university-based environment. And finally, new housing in the area is drawing renters with $50,000 average incomes or greater, and owners with average household incomes between $65,000 and $95,000. These are young professionals, but also empty nesters. I can't leave the podium without asking for help, right? A little request. We are currently gathering feedback to ensure that our strategic plan efforts over the coming years remain focused on what business needs most. Business representatives can visit choosescottsdale.com/news to find this story and access a feedback portal. It's administered by the Mind Suite, a Scottsdale-located company, which is going to aggregate, report, and analyze the results for us. And respondents may remain anonymous if they want to. We need to get to 200 or more minimum. Let's make Scottsdale Forward the group that gets us there. And finally, I mentioned new initiatives on the horizon. We're going to continue to shift our focus on efforts related to top employment center revitalization and investment attraction, including the Scottsdale Air Park and adjacent state land parcels, which many have noted are the most valuable properties in the state land portfolio. So with our partners at GPEC, we also look to support their newly developed foreign direct investment strategy and increase our own international business connections with the Canadian market. It's always fun sharing positive news. Ironically, though, as you all know, our success could be our biggest threat. As more companies enjoy and thrive in Scottsdale, they can also outgrow their space because they're doing so well, and we can find ourselves at a competitive disadvantage locally, regionally, and nationally if other areas can offer Class A space with better parking at lower rates and faster turnarounds. So our team is remaining very vigilant in identifying companies that are at an expansion mode so that we can proactively assist them and work to address their needs. And we can use your involvement. If you're here today, clearly you're already a supporter. In addition to completing the feedback form I mentioned, please help us by staying connected. If you're not currently subscribing to our newsletter or following our social media, please do so. Visit choosescottsdale.com today. Thank you so much for your time this morning.